You were just mentioning right before, and I saw that and the Neptulon in there, and this is something when I was talking with other players too. I mean, when it was first announced, obviously there was a lot of controversy around that card, but a lot of people just saying, you know what, even if you don't have Murlocs, like that, the value's still there, right? You still get 4 minions you can play the next turn and a big body on board.
Yeah, one of the main problems with that is like it's a 7/7 and it just gets like sniped by BGH. And the overload
Right.
is actually pretty big, you know? You play on turn 7,
Sure.
you only have like 5 mana next turn, so the mana deficit is not that exciting, but the 4 cards is okay, because I kind of treat Murlocs as not a card, because they're a bit weaker,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they're just weaker, so yeah. Xixo has a pretty good start opening here, especially against a Mech Mage.
Yeah, I mean he does have a lot of the clears he's gonna need, but of course, this was a big hit with Strike Pro because he went 4-0 in the finals with the Mech Mage,
Yeah.
and I mean, do you think that just straight up, even just that one instance, proves to its consistency here?
I think people don't expect an aggro deck, and they're always going to be building like towards counter control, right? I mean, the control deck that runs more threats usually wins the game, right? And as players get more greedy, they forget about the aggro, the type of matchup, and they just get rolled
Right.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I
Hosty,
think for like this play is actually interesting. Like you have a Harvest Golem or a Spider Tank, and if you play the Harvest Golem, you can't really trade for the Wolf, so it's really awkward. Goes with the Harvest Golem to guarantee the Blast Mage to have some effect, which is alright.
right? Yeah, because you'll have that left over, but of course this deck does play both, so in the end he'll have both of them at some point here on board.
Oh, the healing totem.
Wow.
That is one of the best ones. Oh my god. Well, this is a really awkward turn now. I guess you have to Frostbolt.
Yeah, just to guarantee at least getting rid of one, right? I mean, and then you can get rid of both there and see what you deal with the next turn.
Yeah, one problem of Strife Coast Mage is that it doesn't run any board clears. Like, there's no Flame Strike, there's no AoEs. So if you're losing board control, you just lose, right? There's like no coming back from it.
It's true, and looks like that may slowly be an issue here. You remember coming out right away too, and Xixo looks to be in a good spot. Like you said, I mean, from the opening hand, he kind of has answers for every turn so far from the Mech Mage.
Yeah, what do you do here? Chugga is pretty good. Just stops the Doomhammer from like clearing things off.
Yeah, I mean, the Chugga Chugga has been a hit since the launch.
Now, if I was Xixo, I would go like, I have to be very careful about my health totals because it's a mage after all. But he has an anti-heal bot, and that is like insane against such a burn deck. So I think Xixo has a very huge lead right now. He has board control, he has the anti-heal bot. I don't think his card draw, his card draw is gonna be there. He has like 7 cards over an Azure Drake. That's like 8 cards. It's not gonna run out anytime soon.
So I'm just gonna use the Rock Fighter, saving the Crackle for something greater there later.
The Rock Fighter is pretty good here.
All right.
And
Taking the freeze for 1 extra turn, but it's better than being frozen for like turns on end, of course.
so what do you do if you're Hosty here? Just
I mean, that load them, right? I mean, even the turn before, he's like, oh, like, is there really need for that now? But now it's even a little bit iffier, I'd say, going into this turn and every turn afterwards.
yeah,
So
you
he's
don't
just-
want to. Yeah, one of the main things of aggro decks, you don't want to float mana, and using the Lothep here floats a mana, so
Right.
it's very awkward. And even with Lothep, Xixo has a great play, like just Azure Drake and Totem up. It's really, really good.
And gets more draw later on with that Mana Tide if he needs it. So Xixo's still in a really good spot. Like you said, that no like board clear coming in kind of hard against Hosty now
Yeah.
with the totems lining up.
Hosty could go YOLO here and just drop all the mechs right now. But we know that Lightning Storm is just going to clear the board. And he also has like an Azure Drake, right? So
Yeah.
Hosty Spore is going to get demolished. So this is just bad. This is just bad.
I mean, is this kind of where the limit shows now for the Mech Mage, where the steam just starts running out? Especially with the lack of
Xixo
board
responded to the start really, really well, and Hosty didn't really have a turn 1 play. Like his turn 2 play was a Neurotron, and then the
Right.
healing totem also happened. So it's just overall Really, really painful.
And another Lightning Storm there for Xixo. I mean, for Xixo, it's really just he just has to wait it out at this point. He's got answers for everything.
Yep. You kind of have to deal with all the mage threats, and then when the mage runs out of cards, then you just win the game. That's usually how it goes versus a burn deck.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Not afraid to use that Hex now to get rid of the Death Rattle mech.
Right. But he knows there's no other bigger creatures, right? Yeah, so that's good.
Right. Yeah, the Yeti being the biggest one here, so.
I like the Yeti and the 3-drop here. Oh wow, he's going for it. Ah.
Oh wow, that's the absolute worst one that could have happened there.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have to use a blast mage like that. I think I like the 3-drop a bit more there. Yeah.
The Tinkertown?
Yeah, Tinkertown. Because then if you do that instead, next turn you could actually Mech Warper and coin double blast mage, and it's like a free Avenging Wrath pretty much, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it just has no effect really on board, it seems. Especially with that healing totem there.
It's kind of like the like a painful movie. Like you're watching a painful movie, right? Like against a mage. Against anything, like a priest, right? If you're playing Zoo and they clear all your minions, you don't want to concede because you didn't lose yet. But the priest is just gonna like further demolish you and punish you. So you're gonna catch
slowly whittling you down.
Yeah.
Another go. I mean, but like you said, it's just. Wow. Well, I mean,
sad.
Host at this point just trying to the value of a healing totem has to use a 0 power thing.
Well, actually, Xixo can end the game right now, right? Four, yeah, he can end the game.
Yeah, he's got 10.
Well, I mean, Krakow has to roll the higher numbers.
True.
But
he could also go for the spell power if he really wants to try to guarantee. So we'll see if he just goes for that big play here. I mean, it doesn't really seem like it would be the biggest of risk. He still has a taunt on board and a big body, so
yeah.
Only 2 cards in a Hosty's hand.
Oh man, I feel so sad for Hosty right now.
That's.
Yeah, he's going.
I mean, even if you lose, that's not the way you want to go.
Yeah, I mean 6-0, why not, right? You're winning so much already. Just might as well go safe. So yeah, just clean the board. Play the anti-kill bot to know that nope, you cannot win this game.
Just making it even more painful for Hosty.
Yeah.
Well, there's a fireball, maybe a little bit too late here for Hosty, but
just run over them, run over the motions, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're all just waiting for each card to be played, just turn by turn from Xixo's hand now. It's 5.
Yeah. Did he even need 5? No, he didn't even need 5.
No, he just needed 4, yeah, because he's 1 over, and that's lethal now. A little bit more guaranteed with that Rock Fighter draw, but Xixo kind of having a smooth game 1 there, had all the answers from the opening hand against the mage.
Huh. Shaman and Healbot. That's interesting. Like, we know that Shaman's one of the weaker parts of that class is that it doesn't have any healing, right? So I think putting anti-heal bot is actually really smart. So yeah, and Xixo's deck list actually have like a name of another streamer, right? So maybe he got like.
It's definitely fun for one, and like you said, it does bring out value most of the time.
Whoa! You mulligan a pain? You mulligan a okay, wow. Okay.
And got the death instead.
Like, well, I guess you do it because you got Blade Master Circle. Like, jeez, I would never mulligan a pain. Like, you can't. Oh, jeez, I would never do that.
We'll see how it pays off for him. Like you said, at least he got the Blade Master Circle right there. He has a Northshire Cleric too, so it looks like he's considering, saving up that Cleric to ensure that he can get at least that 1 draw. Or you also have the Power Word Shield here. Do you like just saving it for the full combo there?
Coin for Priest is very important, and it's also doubly important because Hosty is running Pyromancer, and it's actually a important card. So yeah. Well, I'm actually he's gonna keep the Cleric and use his Blade Master to clear the zombie probably, and just get a card off that. That's also pretty good.
Right, because you can just heal the 2 damage anyway, and it's 7 damage.
Oh
chances are.
no!
I was about to say chances are the only thing that's gonna happen is a hex, but
Oh, things
wasn't
are
that
not
hand.
too well for Hosty, really. I like this heal, by the way. This is really smart. You don't want to put a cleric out there just to die because lightning bolts, rock biters, it just kills them. And of course, wow, that's one way to beat a priest. You just go YOLO. You just kill them before they have answers.
Like you said, he had that spell power on board too. So the Yeti now coming through, I mean, it's at least something a little bit beefier you can put on board. So it's filling the hole that it was meant to, it seems, but from the back foot rather than the front.
Yeah, but imagine if and Hansel Meccano is just sitting there, ready to give everything Wind Fury too. So this is really dangerous. Oh, place the Drake instead. Wow. It's gonna get punished by this play because the death is gonna actually kill the Drake. There are not a lot of death targets in the Shaman deck, so if Hosty's like really wants to kill it right now, he can. I think it's good.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's something you can get rid of. I mean, it's definitely a reliable target. At 6 damage would have been the same as a Fire Elemental. Right. Now finally puts that on board.
So no answer right now currently for Xixo unless he uses the Enhancer Meccano and gets something crazy.
Well, he's going for it. What's he gonna get from it? And Wind Fury on the Flame Tongue, though.
But no, actually, he can't really kill this right now. So, oh, this could be this is an interesting turn for Hosty. There's a couple of things you can do.
Well, there's definitely, some good options here for the Cabal.
Yeah, it definitely, whatever he does, it definitely involves killing or doing something to the Flame Tongue because it's just too much.
So the question is, do you Valens and then?
I think you.
I mean, do you really want to? Yeah, I think Cabal just seems like the safer player rather than Valens. Could give him like extra tokens here from that spider while killing it with Shadow Word Pain.
Yeah, he really wants to do something more, but doesn't seem like he can. He could Pain this in Valens and then use Cabal next turn, but because you don't really want a Cabal at 0/3. Flame Tongues for Priest is pretty much a dead card. You can't really use it effectively.
Right. You're not gonna have that many minions to put on board to surround that fully. He's thinking hard on it.
Yeah.
And regardless of either one he plays, I mean, there seems to be quite some obvious plays coming in from Xixo next turn. We'll also see what he draws, but Hosty still got to make his choice now.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, and Shadow Pain that, and then clear the Flame Tongue with. Okay.
Valens, okay. Yeah. Not bad.
Sounds
That's actually a really good play. I like that. Does get punished by a few cards like Earthshock and Hex. But none so far there, so. Oh, I actually like that more. Very nice.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about actually just attacking the Flame Tongue, but since he didn't have the mana to heal up anyway from the damage, that sounds good. Now Xixo going for... I was wondering if he was going to just go for the safer route here or just go with the Neptulon to put out a bigger threat. Having seen one Shadow Word Death, I mean, what do you think about that?
I think Neptulon is a very good play here. But once again, the drawback from Neptulon is that next turn he only has 5 mana to play with. And 5 mana is not really a good number. Well, I guess it's okay. He can just, play a 3-drop and totem. It's not that bad. Yeah, it should just be Argus instead. I think that's... a little longer. You cannot actually kill the cleric. Obviously, not as 3 attack. It's just going to wipe his board. So Host needs a little bit of help here. Like, Alkanai would be... Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
Oh,
perfect.
That's a card.
I mean, that answers everything so far in this game.
Unfortunately, it kills the Alkanai, so that's kind of sad. So he actually has to use his cleric to kill the harvest.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, what are you doing? No! Steve, what are you doing? Oh, no. No. That was really careless. That is really careless. No, you can't do that. That is really careless.
I mean,
Spell affects damage.
Oh wow, those small things can't add up.
Well, no, it doesn't add up. It gets punished by it. You just slam.
Right. Yeah, that's what I meant.
You just slam your head against a cement wall. Okay, you don't want to do that ever. Oh man.
Yeah, that makes everything so iffy because that could have turned into a much better play here. Could have gotten the draw off the heel too.
Yeah. Oh my god, look at all those Murlocs. He also got like the charging one too.
Yeah, you got the old Merc guy.
Yeah.
And that's obviously one of the best ones you want to get from that one. And you got the bluegill too, like you said. So 2 charges.
Oh.
I mean, looks like it's just gonna be over from here.
Oh, does that? I guess that
And you
kind
can
of.
clear the Neptune.
You can clear everything, but you also lose everything. So you're probably
Yeah,
losing
you'd
everything.
have
Right?
the bluegill warrior plus the Merc guy. That would already be 5 damage. And then one more can come down, so 6 damage here
Ugh.
for Xixo.
Like Hosty could have drawn a card with the missed heal too.
Yeah, exactly. So he would have had 1 extra card to work with here. I mean, who knows
And the
if that
cleric
would
would have survived too, and drawn an extra card next turn.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things snowballed from that one mistake.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
So we're running through the motions again.
yeah, we're just waiting again for Xixo to just play the
Right.
cards he has as naturally as possible.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I'm looking at the Murloc right now, the Sliffin, and it actually does have Overload 1, so it's actually not that easy to use. It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
weird cult master, you know?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Alright,
um,
well, it's probably GG here, right? 6 plus 4. Actually, not quite. Not quite.
Yeah,
equally.
he's still running into that issue, and Xixo, as we saw in game 1, is just trying to play it as safely as possible.
No, it's actually 1 damage off lethal with the Argus.
Yeah, even with the
Yeah.
Argus.
1 damage off of lethal. But I mean, you're so far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Xixo's not concerned by any means, but we'll see what route he takes.
So, reduce your opponent down to 1. Why not?
Yep, and you have 2 taunts. They're both at 3. Now the Shrinkmeister
Oh,
is gonna help him take that. Yeah, that's actually gonna. Is it gonna extend enough time though? I mean, he can clear the Azure Drake too, and the taunt would live.
huh. Okay, so he's not dead yet because of Lightning
Okay.
Storm. He still only has the Argus to attack.
Wow, it
Is
is
this the
going a
biggest
little bit longer
comeback?
than I thought.
Is this the biggest comeback?
I don't know. I think it's a little early to call it that, but we will see though. We will see.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening, but
I don't. It's a little bit risky, especially with the anti-heal bot there too.
yeah.
You can see the Lightning Storm do its work.
Mhm.
Now, do you? I mean, what do you choose to get? I guess you're just gonna. Oh, he's just gonna go with the Lightning Storm to clear. Wow.
Sure. I mean, you're holding so many cards anyways, and Earthshock can just bypass any taunters.
Mm-hmm.
Seems fine.
Yeah. So the overload not really gonna matter,
Yep.
and that is it.
Well,
So a slight ray of hope for OC there at the end, but
a slight ray of hope, but you know, like you did a big mistake there. So
yeah. Again,
I guess you get kind of punished for it. So hopefully he rebounds and forgets about that game.
yeah, you can't let that get to you.
Yeah.
In any title, right? In a best of series, like you just gotta move on. Even if you make mistakes, like you're human, everyone makes mistakes. You gotta move on. So Hosty here now, he's been beaten down by the same Shaman deck twice in a row, and he's now seen the Neptune too. So there's really nothing hiding from him at this point. What's the best thing going here for Hosty then? I mean, what does he have left?
The prep does work because right now with no Gadgetzan, prep is only for sprints and possibly oil. So if Hosty sees it very early on without any spells, it's gonna be just a dead draw. It's kind of dangerous.
Yeah. And we'll see if it comes back into his hand. But like you said, with the oil, it could of course lead to some really nice earlier combos, but it's lacking like the double value there that it used to have with Gadgetzan.
Oil is actually a card that I underestimated before the game actually came out. Like when they revealed other cards, I thought it was like why would you pay so much? Why would you pay so much mana that it's so hard to set up a combo with? But another another way to look at it is actually it's a pyroblast, right? You oil up your dagger,
Yeah.
it gives 6 damage, right? Because you hit it 2 times, and then a minion also gets 3 damage. So it's like 4 mana for 9 damage. So if you look
Yeah.
at that, it's actually insane.
Yeah, I've been trying it myself, and even with the spare parts, right? I mean, spare parts I think have really benefited Rogue quite a bit in various ways, and that's another easy way to set up the combo. So, I think I look forward to hopefully seeing more of it in professional decks too. Definitely had my fun with it.
I think Hosty needs to take his time. He's choosing his decisions really fast, and you see Xixo is like really calm and really collected. I mean, obviously he won 2 games. It's natural to be calm, but Hosty does need to take his time.
Yeah, I mean we've seen at BlizzCon like a lot of players just running down the rope too, and that's fine. So we'll see if Hosty's able to take a step back in his play. I mean, like this one, right? He does have quite a few options. He's actually going to sap the golem and then just get rid of the 2 taunts here.
This play is okay, but then I would have liked him to like think a little bit more because there are other options that could have been fine there too.
Right on.
The Earthshock here cleans it really nicely. I think one of the main things Hosty needs to learn from what Xixo's deck is that he's running no lightning bolts. That is actually pretty hard to kind of pick apart when you're not like when you're not playing against a normal shaman like this, like a JVG shaman. You need to like really find out. Xixo has 5 mana. Not the most exciting turn ever.
I mean, do you just match the Drake, or do you just go for the Doomhammer early to clear his Drake? But that would be like 8 damage, which is a lot.
8 damage is a lot against a rogue, especially like all forms of rogue have so much burst, so it kind of scary. But at the same time, if you put an Arrow Drake and your opponent eviscerates it or something and just clears it, like even simply deadly poison and SI, you're really happy. So you took 8 damage to the face here, but I actually like this play. It's
all right,
pretty good.
The lesser of the evils against you on that turn. And just going to refresh his weapon rather than use the auto barber there.
Alright. But now even more awkward for Xixo is a 4 mana turn. I mean 5 was awkward enough.
Yeah, I mean that's why Shaman has always been touted as such a interesting class to play, right? The overload mechanic is something you have to work around so much yourself and the opponents too, so.
Alright.
Right now he just brings it down.
Huh. Okay. Setting up for Storm, I guess. Like a possibility for it at least. Which is okay. I like it.
Yeah, I think like you said, he's just keeping aware that he's against a rogue and he has to be aware of his health. He can't use it a little too liberally as a resource.
Yeah. I guess you really want to use the oil here, huh? Like you really want to use the oil here. There's
he
so
can
much
make a
damage.
huge weapon.
Yeah. Insane
Guarantees
weapon.
the
Wow. So that's 11 damage to the dome.
Yeah, and this actually is just threatens lethal, and this is the beauty of the oil. I mean, this is what I love about it. I mean, the minion gets huge, and your weapon can get huge with the barber too. I mean, obviously this is sort of a dream play for Tinker Sharpsword oil. Yeah. But Xixo suddenly was playing calm all along, and now he's just like, oh shoot.
I just got pyroblasted in the face at turn 7. That is not a good feeling. You never want to feel that.
Does he have a way out of this? I mean, he has a Defender of Argus, and then I guess he could totem with it.
7 mana is also awkward. I guess there has to be anti-kill bot, right? So you anti-kill bot.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be, yeah.
Yeah, and then you kill off the 3/2 as well. So you're down to like, yeah, that's actually not bad. You're down to 12.
The defender wouldn't do you good. The defender wouldn't do you good, so.
So I do like anti-kill bot and flame some, but then we're looking at a global perspective. Like we know what other people are, what each player's in their hands. So I don't know what's the best play. Goes with this instead.
Okay.
He's
well, he cleared at least one. Unfortunately, he can't clear the nullifier, but he's gonna put a taunt up.
Yeah, Hosty's 1 damage.
Now we can see that.
Just need 1 damage from somewhere.
No, he should have full, right? 7 damage.
Oh my god, yeah,
Barber is right, yeah. No, yeah, that weapon gets huge, man. So
you're right.
With the combo, he's just gonna be able to finish it off, and I mean that's what I was hoping for with this deck. The Sharpsword oil coming through for Hosty.
Well, Xixo kind of paid the price using a Doomhammer to kill the Adric for 8 damage.
Yeah.
But actually, I do agree with that play. Because then, yeah, you just don't want your if you drop a minion and it gets removed, the rogue is just gonna keep on removing your minions, and then at the end just burst you down for like 1,000,000 damage, like we saw just now. So, it was kind of unfortunate, but Zombie Chow
keep
and
up.
Aldor is like insane. Oh my god, Xixo has an insane.
Wow. Yeah, the shield and mini bot too. Again, everything he would want, like just on curve right there.
And well, you don't want to see prep early, but if you do see prep early, you kind of want to see as something to, combo it with, like a sprint. Otherwise, you're just sitting there like a sitting duck. Yeah.
Do you backstab this early just to rid of it? I guess not. He's just gonna.
Now he wants to
it to
combo
see
the
what else-
SI with the backstab instead. So.
Sounds reasonable.
Huh.
Well, now, what do you combo it for? that's the new question here for Hosty.
Two very annoying minions, definitely for sure. You could just backstab SI the Zombie Chow and just hit the Divine Shield. That's one of the ways to solve this right now. Thinking of it, if there's anything like a bit better, I guess. You could also, yeah, I think you just do that.
Oh, okay. And then keeping the.
That's not actually better. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was wondering which minion would you rather keep? Like, obviously the Zombie Chow's Death Rattle is beneficial to you, but.
Well, more than
one,
its one health,
Yeah. Muster for Battle, of course.
Die.
Muster for Battle now just seems to be that card, for Paladins that every class has that card that you have in your opening hand, and Muster for Battle coming through for Paladins after GVG.
Right. Oh, Nullifier's gonna do some work here. Pretty nice here,
Yes.
actually.
The Quartermaster's still not there, so you can't even coin that out.
Yeah, the 2 attack actually makes it somewhat good, right? I mean, if it's 1 attack, it would have been terrible because the Outdoor kills it. But 2 attack is actually pretty nice. It's basically a Senjin, effectively here, which is good, right? You don't want it to be a worse than Senjin, otherwise you just play Senjin.
And now on Xixo's hand, do you still just play that Peacekeeper just to like bring it down even lower? Or do you want to save that for a bigger minion? Like, he's going for the Lilith here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you'd outdo that. But wow, that is the top deck for Hosty. Oh, that's
Wow. And the Sharpsword Oil there too. Now, actually, he's got a great now finisher all set up, right? Deadly Poison, Sharpsword Oil with the Flurry and the prep there to make it super cheap.
He's definitely got a lot of damage, especially with the spell power of the Adjudic too. Like, that Flurry...
Yeah. 13 damage just from his weapon, actually, if the Azure Drake stays alive. And then you get the +3 onto the Azure Drake, so 4. So that's 17. Of course, I don't think we're going to see that Azure Drake last.
Yep, now's the time.
Oh, okay.
I think now's the time to Flurry.
Well, yeah, you would clear the board.
I think you actually might want to... If you prep this Sharp Sword, you also, like, basically Power Blast the face, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty tempting, because he can clear the board without it. But if you also make this Adjudic, like... You also kind of unsilence it, right? Because you give it 3 attack as well. So I actually like the prep oil here, because if you're holding 2 preps for the longest time, you're never going to use it. This is the one time you can really use it.
Yep, so he's just going to take all the damage to the face, and will he, go for the clear. Now, I think Hosty took a little bit of time, again, just to keep it a little bit slower, and also because it is a bit of an all-in, but, I mean, now he's at 9 health, and we know that he doesn't have any heals in, so that's going to start to pay for Xixo here.
Paladin at 9 health at turn 6. He was like at 20s, and then suddenly, boom, drop down.
That's massive damage. 17 damage there on turn 5 or on turn 6. That's insane.
Oh, get Pyroblasted, right?
Yeah, like you said, he brings the Azure Drake back down to 1, just to also get that body on board.
This Azure has to make
Whoa!
Wow.
Wow. Well, if he combos, would he have it? 4, he'd have 8.
It's a fireball, right? So it's only 6, 7. So he's 1 damage off lethal again.
Yeah, so I mean, this
story...
pretty much kind of
story of the tournament. 1 damage off lethal.
But with the Doctor Boom there, I mean, the Boom bots might as well just actually finish the game for you. Now, do you clear one of the tokens here? What's the safer play? Clear, or do you bring him down to 8 so that the Boom bots could actually just potentially have that bigger threat that Xixo can't dare to clear the Boom bots?
Well, I actually like the face here because if you clear one of these 1/1s, nothing's gonna change. The board doesn't really change. If he's gonna quartermaster you, he's gonna quartermaster you. Okay, it's still really bad for you. So you might as well just push one more damage. I think it's fine.
Sounds great. I mean, and of course he does have that prep plus Tinker's oil here.
Let's see where this bomb goes. That's good, but he loses an attack. Let's see where this bomb goes. Okay.
I mean, but of course,
so
Hosty's just waiting for his turn.
Yeah.
The taunt comes through.
Of course. Yeah, he knows he's gonna die. Not the most exciting card. So you probably just kill the 2/2 and you just pass, right? Yeah, you just pass. There's no reason to do a fireball here where you... Well, I guess you could kill the spiders.
Right. I think Hosty's wondering, do I want to try to secure the lethal next turn by clearing both taunts now? Oh, it goes on the nullifier. Wow.
Yeah, that is really good. And Xixo is on his last turn, it appears. Doesn't draw anything now, he's dead.
Nope, that's, I mean, with the science, that's pretty much game over there. And so the concede comes through. Wow, Tinker Sharpsword Oil doing work for Hosty 2 games in a row.
Wow.
I mean, I'll tell you, I'm personally very excited about that.
Yeah, you just got Pyroblasted 2 times. Like, the flurry play pushed in, I think, how much damage did it deal that one turn? It was like 18
17
damage.
Or 18. 17 or 18 if I remember correctly.
18 damage
7 on the paper. Alright, we'll see. Harvest Golem and the Sharpsword Oil there for use whenever he sees fit.
That's it.
Now what... Of course, like here, I mean, you have the Noyatron. You could also just prep your weapon.
Yeah, Noyatron is good here because usually you don't expect, you know, warriors to have a 2-drop. They only have very few. The only realistic answer is Arm Save, but then he doesn't have it. We're probably gonna see like a... I do like Harvest Golem a little bit more though. You can always Deadly Poison and kill that off next turn. You want to establish the Harvest Golem right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Hosty right now in his hand. I mean, like if you look at his hand, he doesn't have a turn 4 play, so you might as well put the Harvest Golem.
Sounds reasonable. Obviously, the most we're gonna see Xixo get out of this armor set is probably just that one attack. He doesn't really want to use anything else just to get 2 or something more armor out of that. We also have the Barber now.
Barber's pretty good.
It's not gonna change the flow of the game here, but do you like he was about to do?
Alright. Yeah, that would be my play too. You give your opponent 1 more armor by this, and you lose kind of a few attack because you're attacking this twice, but you do establish that minion. And you do want to push the minion damage before your opponent plays, you know, board wiping stuff, right? Sure, Warrior plays Brawl, but I think every matchup I play against a Warrior, I just assume they don't have Brawl. Especially if I can go really aggressive early on.
Right on. The Deadly Poison, of course, also going to combo a lot better with the Sharpsword Oil. So all in all, looks like Hosty going for the more consistent and ideal play. Yeah, I mean, other than Brawl, I mean, what else do they have really? Like Whirlwind for 1 damage, but we also have the Harvest Golem here for Hosty.
What I predict for this match is that Hosty needs to win by turn 10, or otherwise he's just dead.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, Dr. Boom just clears the board. Oh, a sap is good. Never mind. That might be pretty useful. That's a very good backstab for 3 damage, and all his minions stay alive.
Nice. He starts to whittle down at the actual health of Xixo now, so... I mean, Xixo's... he finally has a Fury War Axe, but, I mean, he's going to clear like a 1-1 at first with that, without a Whirlwind here, so... Things are starting to look a little bit pressured for Xixo.
Yeah, that is not a hand you want to see. You don't even have a weapon to Harrison here, so... You're pretty much forced to just clear the board as best you can. So you just kill the Barber, kill the Inortron. Not really exciting turn.
Yeah, minimize some damage. Of course, he has Baron Geddon in hand, which could help a lot against a lot of these mechs. But the Azure Drake also being there is just a good answer to that for at least one extra turn for Hosty.
Yeah, I do like the SI here. There's nothing you can SI in Warrior deck, so just go for it.
And then also just using the charge on the Deadly Poison to constantly knock him down. Now, is the use of hitting face there with your weapon twofold because you want to obviously get the damage earlier and also just to prevent it from getting harrisoned with two full charges on?
Oh, you need to push the damage. You're on the timer. You're on the clock. So you do need to use the weapon whenever you can. So yeah. Yeah, and of course Harrison, like you said, is pretty important. But now I'm actually looking at... Does the Xixo just die? Oh,
yeah, I mean, I'm starting to feel that way. He has the Eviscerate here, too.
Alright. I guess it depends on what... Let's see.
We'll see. Well, another Eviscerate.
That's a lot of damage. Now, he could be very greedy here, I guess. And attack first, and then dagger up. Oh, I guess you can't use oil. You can't combo the oil, never mind. Oh, you could eviscerate?
You'd have
2-2?
Eviscerate first, yeah. Yeah, you could eviscerate 2, and then you could get 11 damage. That would bring him down to 6.
But you don't.
You could also sap the 2-2, actually, and then you could keep the eviscerates to finish the game.
Okay.
Now, unless he draws a Shield Maiden.
Actually, this is actually the best play. I like that. Because once again, you are on the team, right?
That's really solid. And it's the Golem. It's not any other mech. It has that Death Feather. The token's going to come out. So either a Taunt or a Shield Maiden had to be the answer. But Geddon is not going to be the answer here for Xixo. I think he just knows.
Yeah, Geddon is just basically kill yourself. Wow. Hosty must be happy.
Wow.
Choppy to the face.
Just coming right back into it and actually just standing one game away now for Hosty. 3 wins in a row with Rogue. He looks satisfied with his Rogue deck there.
I really like... go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say I really like it. And it, people are always have been concerned about like the death of Miracle Rogue or whatnot. But the whole combo system with the Tinkers and some other mechanics here with spare parts seem to actually bring back, and in some ways, I think a little bit more burst damage. In an ideal situation with
the wrench. I think the point of the wrench in this deck is just to put more damage, right? So I don't think you ever keep it in the starting hand. I might be wrong. I have to ask Firebat about this.
Yeah, and I'd love to hear about it later on, but for now, I definitely see what you're saying. It's not something that you're going to want to use early on. Even if you have the Barber, right? Then the point is that you have a lot of damage, and you're not going to have to use it against 2 drops.
All right. Unfortunately, we can't really see what Xixo is tracking here. So, that's kind of a challenge.
Oh, yeah, Xixo playing the tracking, so... Right. We'll see. We won't be able to see what he discards. We'll still see what he chooses out of that.
Seems like it's a hard choice.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking his time from the beginning. Looks like it's going to be one of his key cards. All right, so we're gonna wait it out. There might be a slight hiccup here. Slight hiccup on Xixo's end of the play.
Oh.
All right. It sounds like we just got an update. There was a pretty serious hiccup actually with Xixo. Select the cards. So he was just staring at 3 card choices. And so, of course, we don't want that, so we're going to have to remake. So we're back in game, and the mulligans go through. And I mean, this time for Xixo, we do see some more options.
Yeah, Xixo's hand seems 10 times better, and Hosty's hand seems 10 times worse, because now you don't get the coin, you don't even have an SI
you don't get the coin.
To coin into, so it's definitely going to be pretty uphill for Hosty now.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if Hosty can at least hold strong and not let that get to him. See if he can pull through this game. I mean, the beauty of Rogue, right, is that sometimes you just gotta hang by a thread and you're able to win that game.
Mech Warper here is actually really strong. You can like dagger and barber next turn. That's pretty good if it's not dealt with. And you know your opponent can't deal with it because he's the turn 2. Sure, they can run Direwolf Alpha or whatnot and Abusive Sergeant, but those hunters are kind of rare. Like those lists are kind of rare if they're not like full on. Oh wow!
I was about to say, yeah. Do you use that owl just to deny that? Because the Warper gets so much attention, but of course now he doesn't have the silence for the Nullifier, so that's kind of a big trade-off here for Xixo.
It is kind of interesting because now the Mech Warper kind of did its job already. It soaked the silence. It still kills a creature. The dagger's still up, right? Not sure if that's the best. We still Hosty knows it's not a snake trap, but it might be something else. If that is a freezing trap, that's actually quite annoying. Alright, so it's not explosive.
Yeah, it's just gonna be explosive, so... I mean, the Undertaker, another card, obviously you want to get rid of just ASAP, just like the Mech Warper.
And man, the Nullifier is gonna do some work here.
Yeah, no silence. I mean, obviously it can't be targeted with spells, so nothing like Kill Command like you mentioned earlier before the break.
Just want some more options and suicides. That's fine because well, you can attack the face here, I guess. 3 equals 1 in this sense, where the Shredder is just gonna kill it. I like the Azure. Double Blade Flurry. That's gonna be pretty important against a hunter, but not against a hunter with 2 Savannah High Mains about to be unleashed. Oh, that is.
Now on top of that Belcher, I mean, this is such a ideal curve for Xixo. I mean, I feel like that's what today's match has been. It's been one person has just ideal cards for every turn, the other doesn't, back and forth. No, I mean, quite.
Now, if Hosty saps here, he's dead. Like, he's dead immediately. So it's a good thing he didn't do that. Alright,
and
save sap for the Savannah.
Yep, and we're probably gonna see one come out here, I'd assume. Because there's no ideal targets for Kill Command. I guess you could Kill Command the Mech Warper, but I mean the Azure Drake's only at 1 health, so that doesn't feel too great either.
Yeah, you have a pretty good player here, so you do it. Okay, can buff the Savannah up to 7. Why not?
Okay. And the sap jumping right through.
Yeah, you have to sap here. You have to prep for something more first, so yeah, that's fine. Do that, refresh a dagger, because next turn you have some barbers, you have some blade flurries. Pretty good turn overall. Oh wow, just playing 3-2 as a body. Okay.
Oh, that's something I've tinkered with a little bit. Obviously, like 3-2 for 2 mana is just another nice body to deal with here. And like you mentioned, hunters don't have too many good answers. 1 explosive trap was already used.
I guess that's justifiable. That's not happy. Well, yeah, you just have to play your stuff. You're on a timer now with the Savannah. I mean, you're not gonna be able to kill this. So just, do what you can. I mean, clear what you can. I mean, do you really want to kill the spider? It doesn't really accomplish anything.
I mean, I guess if you didn't have the high main, right? Like getting rid of the beast would be nice, but
right.
That's risky.
It's also risky not to kill it because weird stuff like Unleash the Hounds gets well, Unleash the Hounds doesn't change anything, but like Direwolf Alpha, Timberwolf.
Yeah.
But do hunters really play those cards right now? If you kill the Savannah, you're just losing so much.
It's a tough choice, but he's gonna go for it.
Well, he also thinks that it's the only Savannah, so if he deals with this card, then there's no more Savannahs. It's gonna be pretty sad in a second.
Okay. Yeah, and he can Blade Flurry and clear all of it. So given what was on board, it doesn't seem like bad, and it's just a Crocodile. I mean, Crocodile is a solid beast, but it's not like King Crush or anything that's gonna suddenly flip the game on top of his head. Here for Xixo.
Xixo's only playing 1 Belcher, so this is really dangerous right now for him.
Yeah, I think at this point both players are kind of on a timer, and Xixo, I guess in hindsight now that play really working in favor of Hosty because now he has 3 minions on board, and again, not much clear gonna come out from the hunter. So do you just play the high main? Like that feels dangerous.
You just have to play as much stuff as you can, because Xixo's not playing a lot of I mean, he's playing a few spells, not a lot of spells. You just need minions to trade for minions.
Yeah. So he's gonna go with
my
wow.
god, that is a beautiful card. Wow, that
Soaking
is so
up.
annoying.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people say, well, Noitrons can soak up a lot of damage late game. Here's a very solid example for that. Against the high main.
That card just single-handedly won the game. Who would have thought? A 2-mana monster. Wow.
I mean, because we can see there's no board clear here, and even if you use the spells to get rid of that, no damage is going to come through. No other minions will get lost. And that ate there, the hit the Blade Flurry and the combo. That's game over. You don't even need the Blade Flurry at that point. You can just hit to face. Well, the low at
the...
we'll see if it's a...
6 damage takes off a Divine Shield. That's just sad.
That feels bad.
That just feels bad. How much damage does Hosty have right now? He has 9, 10 on the board? Or this dagger's... No, the dagger's freshly made, right?
Yeah, I think it's just 1 damage. I actually didn't keep an eye on that. But he's going to use Kill Command to get rid of 3 damage there, too. So actually, I think it's going to be extended for at least 1 more turn, especially with the Lothab there. Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, well, I guess, yeah, you do that because the Enertron will soak up at least 5 damage. It's pretty good. And you have to count. Do you have lethal next turn with all the 3 cards in your hand? So Deadly Poison plus Flurry is 6 damage. Eviscerate is 4, so that's 10. So you just need to get the Hunted down to 10, which is done.
Yep.
This is done.
Done.
This is...
Let's just refresh weapon.
Oh, wow. Using it now. Okay.
Okay. Well, attacking once now, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So now he doesn't need to lose to any traps, right? He can just Flurry and Eviscerate and win the game.
That's true, yeah. Solid play right there to avoid any of the explosive trap shenanigans.
I think that's it. I think
yeah,
that's it.
I mean, there's no
there's
answer. Like you said, the freezing trap not going to do much against the hero power. Yeah, Hosty looking good. Wow.
That's the game.
The Rogue coming in 4 games in a row.
4-0 with Rogue.
That's impressive.
Oh, not yet. Oh wait, actually, man.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Xixo's like still playing stuff. I thought maybe we wrote him off a little too early.
No, I was thinking if there's a 2-drop that actually heals or like taunts or whatnot, but no, Eviscerate doesn't care.
Yeah, that's true. With the Blade Flurry and the Eviscerate, like we talked about. So wow, Hosty with the